I can't pause it, Mom. You know, because it's a game.
You
You just gotta keep
can't.
playing. If you can't, it's League. Well, actually, tournament draft you can pause it.
All right,
Yeah.
so we're in picks and bans
And
for game
Legendary
2.
9. It seems this team
Yep.
started without us on the picking and banning.
Well, hey, gives us a chance to catch up. We do see the Blanc and Shen getting banned away from ICP. Very, very smart bans, I think. Those two were just absolutely like dominant, especially that LeBlanc. So, I don't know, what can I say? Two good bans. Can't argue with that. And we do see the Caitlyn picked. Nice.
I do believe I've seen in chat, Dawn is not allowed to have Caitlyn, so I'm very interested to see why that's the case. But no other supports were banned, so you can still have a Kate Morgana bottom lane, and we see L9 actually taking away the Kai'Sa and Alistar that won from last game, so what do ICP answer with?
Yep. It's going to be the flip side. Kaz Alistar now on the other team. They were very, very strong in the last game. Let's see if L9 can use that in their advantage. What is ICP going to take it? They actually pick up the Jax again. I like that. That was a smart. They play very, very well with the Jax the last game, and I think they can definitely transfer that to this game. So
So
definitely I want him to see.
Bring it on.
Mm-hmm.
And
Ooh.
yep, there it is, the Kate Morgana bottom lane.
That is a strong, strong bot lane. Do we see the Darius?
I knew that
Does he
both
get
were
locked?
good solo, but it didn't hit me to put them both together to make a really, really good bot lane. I don't know why.
Yeah, you know what?
Bind in into trap, and then you get headshot, and then Kate gives you like the net, you get headshot again, you get the 90. No wait, that's the E. I forgot what her Q is called.
That's a good question. I
Man,
also
I'm-
don't know the name of them. I just call them QWER.
Yeah, that's a thing. Like, you know, I should get those ability names down, but my brain likes to not work 99% of the time.
It's almost
So
like
here I am just yelling out, Morgana with the Q.
it's
So we do
almost
see
like-
Gnar being banned from L9. Gnar is a very safe pick into Darius because you can play from, you know, a good enough range where Darius can't really do anything. ICP
Mhm.
taking away Graves, another strong jungler. Do we see Xin Zhao maybe getting taken off the table for ICP again? And L9 takes out the Ahri, so that's two assassin mid laners that we see taken off the table by L9. But what do ICP ban now?
It's what everyone
They're
is waiting
holding. They're making us wait. The excitement for this game too. They're bringing it. What's it gonna be?
on. Suspense.
3, 2. It's the
And-
Skarner.
So two jungle bans from them, and we have a top mid ban on the other side. What will L9 pick up? And it looks like to be the Nocturne.
Ooh. Nocturne. Okay.
I like how
Alright.
ICP might be making another purple team.
I hope so. And it worked for him last game. Continue with the purple theme.
Yeah.
Show me the purple champs. What are they gonna pick?
Alright, so
Oh!
Oh,
we see-
come on.
Top lane Mundo?
Top lane Mundo. It could be a thing. Malzahar. There, it's the purple team. Come on.
Ooh, come
Alright,
on.
they have
The purple team.
one more pick.
The purple dream team.
Do we have any purple top laners left?
Yeah, Mundo.
I got
Would
Mundo,
Mundo
yeah.
be a good matchup into Darius, though?
Man,
Uh,
it's not the-
Mundo is a matchup. In I don't know. Mundo has no matchup.
This is Mundo. He goes where he pleases.
Yeah, exactly.
Are we gonna see the Maokai drop though? Are they gonna ruin the purple comp? Oh,
Does Maokai have a purple skin?
I hope so.
The cat one.
Kinda. It's
Yeah,
definitely
hey,
yellow.
yeah.
Yeah, it's got purple in it.
It's got purple in it. They could, you know what? We'll see. The dream might not be over.
Alright. So L9 does have the opportunity right now to counter pick for mid lane. and it looks like it's gonna be Veigar. So we have Maokai versus Darius in the top lane, Jax Nocturne, then you have Malz and Veigar, and Kate Morg versus Kaisa Alistar.
Hmm.
I definitely want to give this over to ICP a little bit more because you have, once again, you have pick. You have more Qs, you have Jax jumping in with his stun, you have Mal's ultimate, Maokai W. There's a lot of ways you can start fights. On the other side, you have, obviously, Veigar with his cage, uh, you have Alistar engage as well, you have Nocturne. I'm very curious to see how top goes because I feel like if Darius doesn't get a good enough lead early on, then the Darius pick is just going to be rendered useless.
Yeah. I personally think that picking Darius, knowing that they had a Caitlyn on the map, is a bit of an interesting decision. He can definitely get that to work in his favor, but Darius is one of those champs. Is if there's any champs that can out-kite him, outrange his Q, like outrange his engage, he's just going to be taking a lot of free damage, and that's not what he wants. Malzahar can pin him down. Morgana can just like snare him down. Caitlyn can just chunk him away from a distance. So we'll see. Like Darius definitely has the opportunities to get himself going, to get himself scaling. But if he finds himself falling behind in the lane stage to the Maokai, which hopefully shouldn't happen, it might just be the slow decline that we don't want to see happen to him.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, if they're focusing everything on Darius, they also have a Kaisa and a Veigar.
Oh yeah.
The longer the game goes on, that Veigar is just gonna grow.
And, the member that we were looking at for last game was L9's mid laner. His lane opponent was ahead, but he was still able to minimize his losses in lane and still look to deal out a considerable amount of damage. So,
exactly.
That's the
if
exact
anything,
kind of playstyle you want for Veigar.
Putting him on that like a champion that has that scaling potential as Veigar and the potential to carry, I think that's a fantastic decision on the side of L9. When I said last game, their win condition for a game 2 might possibly be just working him around, because despite him just that more, or not Morgana, the LeBlanc just absolutely like dominating the lane, he managed to keep himself up, keep himself ahead, and I think pick up the only kills on the side of L9. So having him on the Veigar is really, really nice.
the only downside to having, it on their team is they have to wait till he, scales. So I feel like L9's putting a lot of their eggs into the Darius basket. Darius has to look to create enough pressure on the map. Nocturne has to look to get that level 6 as fast as possible. Bot lane can just farm it out. They don't really have to do anything too, aggressive, because it's Kate Morgana. If Morgana is on point with her black shields, you can't really look to do anything to them, really. So I want to see L9's top laner look to try and make a pretty decent impact early game, try and get this Maokai as behind as possible, and give his team a little bit of time to scale up, because they're a team composition that looks like Kaisa and Veigar kind of want to get going around the 15-20 minute mark. But at the same time, too, is you don't want to let Malzahar and Caitlyn scale up as well, and you also have Jax, who scales really, really well mid to late game as well. So this is going to be very interesting.
Where do you think the junglers are going to be hovering around this game?
I hate to say it, but I hope I don't see Garmor hovering around those scuttles again. Didn't really work out for him, but I think we're going to see very similar jungle pathing as we saw game 1. I don't know. What do you think?
I feel like if you're Jax, you just want to play for around the bottom side of the map, because you have the push in bottom lane. If you ever get into a fight, that they can come faster. That Malzahar will push in Veigar very early on. So if I'm Jax, I want to just hover on the bottom side of the map. There's almost no reason. I don't see a world where Maokai and Jax can kill Darius. Although people have made me eat my words countless times before, but
oh yeah,
in a world where I see it, I don't think that should happen. So that's what I expect. I expect Nocturne to probably hang around the top side of the map a little bit more.
Same here.
make sure that if he needs to be there for his Darius, he can, or be there for
Mm-hmm.
his Veigar, he can be.
Yeah. Like I said, with the comp that they have going on with the early game, as we stated before, a lot of the eggs are in the Darius's basket. Can he make use of them? I hope so. We just have to wait. You know, we have two comps that have, like, once again, the potential to just scale out of control. Last time we saw it on the side of ICP. This time we might see it on the side of L9.
I just kind of want to see Veigar like press an R and just
Oh, yeah.
Mellows in one hit.
The classic one shots, just walking in like, hey, I'm Malzahar, let me do a useful. Wait, no, I just got one shot.
But if he has
But
a
yeah,
shield, he can't be one shot.
That's a good point.
I do want to see how they effectively use the Darius and Nocturne, because they're two typical picks I don't really see as often anymore. At least for me, I don't see Darius and solo queue too much anymore, and I'm wondering why. Maybe it's just me. Or maybe it's just because everybody hates the champion, so they're just inclined not to play it.
See, like, for me, like, lower elo, like, silver goldish games, you know, he's pretty much permabanned. So I don't really ever really get to see him.
Just play Gnar. You farm.
Yeah.
So do we expect to see both junglers start from the blue side, or do we expect to see maybe one starts on the top side and works their way down? And
I think we're going to see some standard starts here. Just both on the blue side. Standard 5-point defense system. Hopefully don't see Jumps walking in and face checking the 5-point defense system once again. Maybe he'll learn from his mistakes last time around.
But this time Jumps can face check, because he's on the stronger level 1 matchup, you know? You typically don't want to face check a Darius, and if a Darius face checks you, you kind of just want to walk away from him.
Yeah, exactly.
What if the junglers meet early? It seems pretty even, honestly.
That is pretty even.
If Jax starts Counter-Strike, you don't do any damage and you walk away a sad Nocturne.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, the Nocturne might not do any damage while he's using his E, while Jax is using his E. But then the stun won't affect Nocturne because of his spell shield.
I kind of want to see Jax invade.
I want to see them both invade,
Yeah.
just beam each other's jungles the whole game.
Yeah, no, that'd be fun to see. I'd like to see that too.
That'd be a pretty great game.
Hopefully see that.
Give each other jungles to each other.
Yep. You know, just how a bit of like a reverse, just a lane swap. You know, it worked out for them, like red side, blue side. You know, just have the jungles switched around a little bit, spice things up a bit.
Yeah, it makes better ganks for both teams.
Exactly.
Even playing.
You know, it's a win-win.
One thing I'm very curious about is to see what Nocturne ends up taking as his rune choice, because there's been a lot of different things you can take. You have lethal. I've seen lethal temple Nocturnes. I've seen electrocute. I've seen. Okay, I've seen press the attack Nocturnes before. I do like that Maokai took Aftershock though, because with Grasp of the Undying you're looking to kind of trade into a champion quite often, but with Darius you can't do that. So that was definitely. Everything seems to be pretty standard once again from both sides.
Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. Like I said, you know, maybe press the attack Nocturne isn't as common as taking other runes, but I have seen it work really well. So definitely nothing out of the ordinary, pretty standard Aftershock and Alistar area. Yeah, nothing crazy, I think.
I hate to interrupt, but Maokai grabbed Meowkai. Just a heads up. The Purple Dream Team.
The Purple Dream Team.
Is it really purple, Caitlyn?
I mean,
the original skins are purple.
The original, yeah.
That's all that matters.
It's not the perfect Dream Team, but we're almost there. So we can take that. We can accept that.
It's the Dream Team we all wanted.
Yeah.
Right, we look to.
Alright, looks like we're going into game.
Alrighty. And once again, on the blue side, we have Fire Kid on the Maokai, Nyrek on that Jax again, Heisenberg on the Malzahar, Dawnbringer on Caitlyn, and Pierce on Morgana.
And on the blue side, we have L9, we have Jumps on the Darius, Garmor on Nocturne, Wreck Myself on Veigar, sorry, I don't want to butcher his name. Salad on
I think just Salad.
Kaisa, and Yo What Up Dog 1 on the Alistar. But as I've said that, we do see that they have been spotted out by the ward, and that will end the invade there.
Morgana actually getting that deep ward in again. Typical like 5-point defense start from the ICPM. You know that always works out perfectly just to counter that invade. Good start on their point.
But what we do see is that Jax is going to be starting on the top side of the map, so he is going to be working his way down as opposed to Nocturne, who is going to be starting from the bottom side of the map and working his way up.
That really works out for what we said earlier, hoping to see that the Jax keeps that pressure onto the bot lane, because working his way down will give him an opportunity to possibly get an early gank onto the bot side of the map and get Dawnbringer quite possibly ahead on that Caitlyn.
Alright, first Drake is also going to be Cloud Drake. And we do see Jax is going to be moving his way up to the top portion. He might be going for either a level 2 gank or... No, he's actually looking to go and counter jungle.
Okay, here we go, you know. This could be the start of them swapping the jungle sides.
But I do like this a lot because typically you would think, okay, well, my top lane can't really fight the Darius early, so, you know, I shouldn't have the lane priority to be able to go up into the enemy jungle, but I feel like because of last game, Jax does know that, okay, well, he seemed to like doing Scuttle Crabs last game, so this game, well, he goes and does the Scuttle Crab, I'm just going to go into his jungle and, you know, take some of his camps.
Yeah, exactly, because we did see Nocturne go from, like, blue Grump immediately down to the Scuttle Crab, and Narek knew that, figured that he was about to do that, and it's now just invading his jungle.
Yeah, he's taking the red buff right now, and Heisenberg just placed a ward on the red buff, so if they do see Nocturne ever fade down inside their jungle, they're just all going to collapse and kill him.
Yep. He's actually going for, like, the Raptors right now, too, so he's never going to be able to have the opportunity to spot the Jax red buff gone. Yeah, he's going to walk down there, and
Jax can go take Scuttle Crab right now, and then he can look to do his Gromp, he can look to do his Wolf Camp, maybe recall, do a bot side clear, and look to gank. Jax has so much camps up right now, and that's a lot of XP on the map. And
oh, yeah.
All this was just for a Scuttle Crab.
Yep. Like I said, it's always a hit or miss. We are going to see a gank coming on, but also Nocturne is here for the counter gank. Are they just going to pull off? Yeah, nothing too excited going on down there. I would say decent positioning by the Nocturne, even though it was just chance that he happened to be there.
But already in the top lane, you see before it was a 10k, not 10k, a 10 CS lead, but now it is shrunk because Darius had to recall. We do see that Nocturne has recalled, but there's no camps left for him right now, as opposed to Jax, who's still, you know, he's doing his Wolf Camp right now. He still has his Wraith camp. He still has Red.
Ooh, very good bind by the Morgana. Is actually going to fall to the Ignite. Sorry to interrupt you there, but we are going to see that just absolute dominant Morgana Caitlyn pressure already.
Yeah, you can't leave one of these two open. If the enemy team ends up picking up the Caitlyn, you can't let them have the Morgana. And this is what happens.
Yep, I mean, Morgana is definitely a good answer to the Alistar, so...
One thing I do want to bring up is the mid lane right now, because as we see, Veigar has a CS lead.
Yes, and, spotted, so they were able to pull off Nocturne, not able to get off that gank that he wanted to. And again, Nocturne's camp's just starting to spawn up again. He's trying to make a play onto the Malzahar here, though, but he actually sidesteps. Will anything come out of this? Nope. Yeah, we do see that Viger on that 10 CS lead already, so again, Wreck Myself showing that even though he fell behind last game, he was able to make some use out of it, and now he's showing that, hey, I'm not going to give you a chance to get ahead this time. It's going to be my game.
Alistar is behind Eisen right now.
Ooh. Yeah, we see a lot of play going around that mid lane, just as I expected. But Malzahar are actually getting 6 before the Vigar does.
Yeah. Remember that he had to share XP with both Nocturne and the Alistar.
Ooh, good stun by Narek onto Garmor. He is going to be able to escape, but that is a lot of damage going on there. And that quite possibly might give them the pressure to start up that Cloud Drake. Doesn't look like they're going to do it, though. They might just go back in lane.
Again, as we've said before, Jax still has camps up right now. I believe he just did Scuttle Crab. His red is still up. His chicken camp is still up. And by the time he finishes those, his Gromp is probably going to be up.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there it is. Gromp's up. His blue's coming up. He's going to just go ahead and grab that red buff, and he can just walk up straight. Grab blue and Gromp if he wanted to.
Yeah. And a lot of this gold lead, you know, obviously does originate from the first blood, but it also originates from the CS lead down in the bottom lane. 54-30 right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, whole team's playing pretty, you know, standard, more passive. Not as much early game advantage over to the team of Dawn this time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think at this point we had seeing, like, what, 3 kills onto ICP's side. Good gold lead. I mean, they're still ahead, and they still have an opportunity to bring that lead ahead. The bot lane is just being absolutely dominant, as it should be. Jax, yep, going in, grabbing his blues, grabbing his Gromp now. He is level 6, and the Nocturne is still finding himself at level 5.
Yeah. I do like how Fire Kid is playing top lane, you know. You would have expected
Ooh,
top to
we
be
got a good play going on here, though. He's going to have the Counter-Strike up on... Darius did actually burn his ult pretty early on, but actually has the opportunity to pick up a double kill here, though. Ooh, no. That damage from Fire Kid. Never underestimate that Maokai damage.
The Nocturne's coming up. Still no level 6 on him, however.
Oh, that's a lot of damage going on to Salah there. Pierce with the flash snare actually hits him. He manages to get away with his life. Minimal HP. But this is going to be a lot of damage and pressure onto this tower.
Yeah, it looks like right now... This is first tower going down.
Mm-hmm.
There's no answer from the team of L9 right now.
Nope. And they see the Vigar onto that Scuttle Crowd, though, and they are going on him. Does Wreck Myself stay for it? Ooh. The bind just missing. Still gets stunned by the Jax Counter-Strike, though. And manages to fall to Dawnbringer's ultimate on the Caitlyn. Yeah, he caught himself off in a bad position there, going for the Scuttle while they were on the tower.
And that's
They're
going to
go ahead.
Drake.
Yep.
You know, I'm pretty sure that ICP would have wanted maybe a higher priority Drake, maybe like a Mountain or Infernal, but the movement speed will definitely help them rotate around the map right now. What I do expect them to do right now is to send the Kate Morgana up to the top lane and look to get the top tower down and then transition into Rift Heralds.
Yep. Yeah, we will see the Rift Herald coming up in about 30 seconds. But I also would like to bring the attention to, as a Darius, you don't really want to see free Cloud Drakes getting up, because any just easier opportunity for the other team to kite the Darius, like, that's his fall. He doesn't want that. And so that extra movement speed might be a little bit of a hindrance towards him.
But what I do like from L9 is this time they are rotating their bottom lane up to the top side, unlike the first game where they just allowed it to happen. This time they're their answer, and they're like, okay, well, last game we let you guys take a free top tower. This time we are not letting you do that.
Exactly. Yeah, we are seeing a lot of improvements coming on there, though. Ooh, Yo-Dog, what's up? Trying to get a lot of damage. The ultimate coming down from Nocturne. Pierce finding himself in a pretty weird position, but no, Garmer actually falls. The Jax had a fantastic answer on there. A lot of damage taking on to Salad. He might fall here. No, Alistar says no. Headbutts Derek out of there. And Vigar with a good stun to just kind of guarantee that no one else will fall. Just let it be Garmor.
Nope, Fire Kid says nope.
Oh my goodness.
And that is going to be another kill, but can ICP do this?
Ooh.
Price is very low.
Yeah. Pierce is low too, but he is still going to try and get in there, going to peek. Fire Kid is in there doing just a lot of damage to Salad. Falls. Dawnbringer manages to pick up a double kill onto that. Caitlyn, once again, he is just going to be very, very strong.
And after this, they can just transition right into the Rift Herald.
Yep. There's that top laner falling. And yeah, we should see them targeting here. There we go. They say, hey, we got this tower. Let's go for Herald. Jax wants it. Fire Kid's there to back him up with it. Again, just very good, like, small macro plays by the side of ICP. Working away into now 2 towers into the, what looks to be the Rift Herald. Still could be taken away. Very unlikely. But hey, I've seen crazier things happen.
No. Yeah, there's no answer for this one.
Yeah.
But you know, this isn't as bad as last game, you know. You still have your mid laner scaling. You have your Kai'Sa's almost done her Rage Blade. Caitlyn just finished her Rapid Fire, but
ooh. We do see Fire Kid DCing, so we got the pause.
But yeah, right now, it's not as bad as last game. You still have your carries scaling up. You still have Darius just finished his Black Cleaver, so maybe now in the side lanes, it's not as bad. Although we do see Maokai have the Ninja Tab Eyes, Bramble Vest, and we don't know if he's going to continue building the Bramble Vest up, or he's just going to transition maybe into a Sunfire Cape or a Frozen Heart. Jax probably has the gold for a Cinder Hulk right now. Morgana looking to finish her redemption right now. Items are still coming in, but this game is still in L9's, you know, path to be able to win. They just have to be able to minimize the losses and play the scaling game right now with Kai'Sa and Veigar.
Yep, they can most definitely bring this back. It is very possible, you know. We already saw an improvement with, unfortunately, still not working out for them though. But sending their bot lane to answer the bot lane of ICP, top lane. But still, like, those are little improvements that we're seeing from the last game that they can still show that hey, they're not out of the game. They're still here to make a name of themselves. Ooh.
Very good dodge.
Yep. Here we go. We are seeing for that scuttle pressure, you know. L9, they want those scuttles, but they're not just going to send people in alone for them anymore. They're going to send quite a few members, you know. Leave you a chance of being caught out.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Pierce fall into a little bit of free poke there from the stun.
Now we just gotta see how L9 can do this. How can they look to get back into the game? Remember, they have Veigar Cage, they have Alistar engaged, they still have Nocturne Ultimate. They need to be able to look to pick people off, but it seems like ICP does not want to let them, you know, let these picks happen as they're grouping up as 3 right now in the mid lane. Fight breaks down in the bot lane.
A little bit of a scrimmage in the bot lane. Good ultimate onto the Maokai, but the Darius passive is just too strong. Flash Counter-Strike, but the passive he's got there. Whoa!
Yeah, the red smite took him down.
Red smite, yeah.
You know, very good from jumps. You know, now we know. You know, ICP has to respect it because Darius can 1v1 the Maokai right now.
Yep. Yeah, with that full Black Cleaver build, the Merc Treads will help with that that long extended CC. he definitely has the opportunity to continue to 1v1 Fire Kid.
But on the other side, we do see that, you know, mid tier 1 has fallen for L9, and how much can they look to bleed out before the bleeding, you know, gets worse? Rift Herald's being placed in the bottom lane.
Ooh, good ultimate by Malzahar before had a chance, but Salad actually picking up a kill onto the Morgana. Dawnbringer falling to Garmor. Jax looking like he might possibly fall to the Darius here. The bleed. Will they be able to escape that Cloud Drake? Possibly working out in his advantage. No, Garmor with the flash Q. Heisenberg taking a lot of damage here, and there we go. That is the fight that L9 needed.
We did say L9 had the tools to be able to start these fights, and they do beautifully. They get themselves back in the game, and now with all this gold, we definitely will end up seeing Kaisa get that Rage Blade. We will end up seeing maybe Nocturne finish in that Cinderhulk. It's still a 5k gold lead, however, though, so they still do have a lot of work that needs to be done, but we do see a little bit of BM.
A little bit. I just want to say also, there was a very good answer there when Jax was in the bot lane dropping down the Herald. He TP'd immediately, stopped the Herald from getting that tower, chunking out the Jax, forcing him to run and ending up falling to Garmor. I think fantastic response from Jumps, and one of the many things that helped that fight turn in their favor.
Alright. 15 minutes into this game, we see Veigar has now done his Archangels, Kaisa with the Rage Blade, Nocturne now has Cinderhulk, and now we see ICP going for their second Cloud Drake.
Yep, no answer for that too. That Drake's going to go down for free.
And the next one seems to be his Ocean. Again, a little bit more passive Drakes than last game, but not necessarily too bad. And we do see Garmor meeting up with Heisen in the top river.
Ooh, Jump's actually finding himself a little caught out here. Will he manage to escape? I don't know. The flash from Fire Kid falls to Narek. Very good job. ICP is playing their objectives really well. They are still ahead in gold. Oh, good engage by Yo-Dog. What up? From the stun onto the Veigar too. Dawnbringer trying to kite himself away from Garmor, but nothing he can do. Kaiser ults in. And Fire Kid is just going to slowly get whittled away here. Trying his best to sustain, but nothing he can do.
Remember, he has Thornmill. He hurts.
Yep.
But
there we go. Another good response. Heisenberg is getting a lot of free damage onto this mid lane tier 2. But he's got to back off. He knows they're coming.
Yeah, what looked like a pick onto Jumps after that, they looked to take a little bit too much, and it ends up turning in their favor. The only person who... Only Jax and Malzahar come out alive from that trade, so ICP has got to play a little bit cleaner. They're giving way too much gold over to a team where they were maybe 6-7k ahead before. But now we see Kaisa has the Zeal in her inventory. We see Darius pick up a pickaxe that looks like it's going to be into a Steraxe. And once he gets that Steraxe, I don't see a world where Maokai can really just stay ball lane and just duke it out with them. Yeah,
exactly. You know, he has that Thornmail, but that's not enough.
Yeah, Maokai would rather, you know, be grouped up with a team, just peeling for Dawn. But, you know, you don't want to just stay in a side lane and fight a Darius. But it looks like they're sending Mouse to deal with them rather than opposed to sending Maokai.
Yep. We do see ICP grouping around, getting that scuttle onto their side.
Oh, boy.
Garmor, ooh, a bit of an interesting position. He's gonna be able to just walk away from that though. 4 of them on him could not take the Nocturne down. Veigar's waddling around seeing if he can get a stun off anything, but nope.
There was a little bit of miscommunications because as Morg shot out her binding, Maokai did use his Q, and it ended up knocking back Nocturne. Oh, the binding does hit.
Binding, yeah. That stops a lot of the Veigar damage coming onto Pierce.
But now they are 5 strong in the bottom lane, and that's the tier 2 down.
Like,
Garmore's
Legendary...
gotta get out of there.
Yeah, Legendary 9 still unable to pick up a tower. Looking like Darius is about to get the tier 1 up top lane now. But that's 1 tower to 4. The objective pressure on I Can't Pause Mom is... It's strong. It's very strong, and they're going to continue off of it.
I like the cage. Slow down the push.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like they're going to back off here and look to just reset. Maybe look to make a pick off on jumps. There's a pink ward. He's going to run into it. Alright, so we're reaching the 20k mark. You know, again, we've been saying this before. Veigar is scaling up. Kai'Sa's scaling up. How much objectives did they need to bleed? And binding hits, nothing comes out of it.
Yep.
But they've managed to shrink the gold. It's only a 4k gold lead now, and one more good fight could just, you know, even up the gold for them.
Yeah, exactly.
And the fact that the tier 1 is still standing, the tier 1s are still standing bot and mid, that's still a lot of standing gold for them. So L9, once again, they're in control of their destiny. Let's see what they can do.
Oh yeah.
We will have a tank Nocturne this game, however.
You know, that's probably one of the smarter things to do in this situation. We are seeing a bit of a rotation towards the mid lane. Might see some ARAM starting up pretty soon. Who knows? Dawnbringer is in that bot lane, shoving that wave up. Quite possibly gonna see if he can get some pressure onto the that inhib turret. But nope, he's gonna go start a slow push up there, rotate up mid lane. Dragon is up in 35 seconds there. It's going to be an Ocean Drake, so not a bad Drake to pick up.
I would like to see a bit more sweepers on the side of L9. I feel like you can't just have your support as the only one that has it. You know, let Darius buy himself a sweeper. On the side of, you know, ICP, I feel like Jax will eventually pick one up, but I really do truly feel like you need to be able to deny vision right now and not let ICP make picks on you.
Yep. There you go. It's another tier 2.
And they're going to look to rotate up to the Ocean Drake right now, so I want to see L9 shove out and then look to clear out vision around the Baron pit.
Oh, they're looking. They know they're on the Dragon, so they're looking to see the Baron. We saw the ping on there. Does ICP know, though? They're looking like they do. They're going to respond to that. Morgana sees them walking up there. Are they just going to go and clear the vision? Are they actually planning on starting this Baron? Oh. They're leaving it for now. They're baiting.
This could be the fight that they want.
This might be. A little bit of damage going on to Fire Kid, though. Malzahar engage. A lot of Caitlyn traps. They're kind of just going back and forth. Who's going to make the first step? Alistar in with the good knock-up. Ult in there. Jumps, picks up Dawnbringer. And we see Garmar in the back there picking off there. Narek picks himself a kill, but immediately falls with the Veigar. Heisenberg's still alive. Fire Kid's in there. No. They're just going to get picked off one by one. There we go. Fire Kid's going to fall any second now. There we go. That was a 2 for 5.
3 for 5.
3 for 5.
Yeah, and that was definitely the fight that they needed. It didn't even up the gold, and they don't seem like they can really take any towers afterwards, but we do see that L9's team composition can take these fights right now. You know, Caitlyn isn't in 3-item spike right now. Maokai doesn't really have the MR to really deal with Veigar and Kai'Sa right now, and these fights are getting closer and closer, you know?
Despite them winning that fight, though, they managed to really get nothing out of it. No towers, no Baron. They were pretty much forced to back because since Dawnbringer managed to start that slow push up onto the bot lane, good bit of damage going on to that that inhib turret. And yeah, good fight for them, but managed just to make nothing from it.
But we need to keep seeing them do this, because if they can manage to keep it up, they can definitely claw their way back into this game. It just takes a little bit more time for them to be able to do so.
Yeah, definitely. Alrighty, we do see ICP, you know, clearing their out vision around that Baron pit, trying to get it back into their favor. Good bit of wards on that top side. You know, they know where red side is. They are aware.
But I want to see what they can do with it, because, you know, if you're denying a bunch of vision right now, you need to be able to make something happen with it, and they're going now.
There we go. We got another fight going on here. A lot of damage going on to Nyrex, but Dawnbringer managing to pick out Garmor because he focused in there. Yo Dog, what up? Also falling, and Salad. Oh, Jumps was not there. He is bot side trying to get that tower, and they're immediately going to turn their focus onto this Baron.
ICP finally manages to make the lack of vision around the Baron pit count. They managed to take out 4 members, and they will be grabbing the Baron. They are looking to close out this game as fast as possible before they're allowing the enemy team to scale up.
Exactly. They're going to reset. They might have 1 tower fall here, but that's about it. Baron for a tower, I don't think that trade is worth it at all.
And now we see the 3 crit items coming out for Caitlyn. Malzahar is almost done with his Leandri's Torment. Jax is starting his Styrax right now. Morg starting with Hourglass, and right now they're ready to go.
Yeah. That was definitely a good fight. Vision worked out for them perfectly. Good.
I feel like you 1-3-1 right now. You put Malaz up in the, you put Malaz mid lane right now. You let Caitlyn shove up. I would rather just prefer, you know, Malaz stay with Caitlyn, but seems like they're looking for a pick right now since they know she's alone.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Dawnbringer picking up Salad. Heisenberg in a bit of an interesting situation, but Nyrick is there to answer it. Garmor might. Oh, Alistar says no
Good
once
save
again.
From Yo, what up?
Yep.
And all Maokai has to do is really keep Darius busy, because aside from Alistar, you don't really have a front line with these 4, you know?
Yep. There's another tower falling. Oh, there's the flash. Alistar with the ult. Will he, or Alistar with the ult. Malzahar with the ult. Alistar falls. There we go. A little bit of a trade going on here between Fire Kid and Jumps, but honestly, that's all Fire Kid needs to do. He needs to stop Jumps from getting in that fight.
He's winning this 1v1.
Yep. Stop him. They're going in. They're pushing for that in-him. Is Jumps actually quite possibly going to fall here? Oh, he does. Fantastically played by Fire Kid. Realized what his team was doing topside and just said, like, no, I got to stop the Starius. He can't get in there.
And ICP can just rotate to the mid lane and take the mid lane inhibitor, and they can reset one more time and look to take the bot lane inhibitor.
Yeah, exactly. That Kate damage, though, was just disgusting. Took out Salad pretty much immediately, and now they're just pushing up into this mid lane. With that Baron push, that Kate siege damage, there's not a lot you can do to stop that.
Nope, and this is definitely going to be it fall in. Unless they want to go now.
There we go. They're trying to do something, though. Garmor got a little excited. Ults in. Ooh, Salad picks up Nyrek, but here we go. We're going to see that Kate damage again. Picking up that inhib, trading 1 for 1.
And a canceled TP from the Maokai.
Yeah. They want that dragon. He's aware that it's coming up in a second. So it's another cloud. They could have 3 clouds. He wants it. Team wants the tower.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Doesn't seem like they care about a cloud Drake. They just want to get all the towers down
Exactly.
on the map right now. But
ooh, Jumps is in there. Gonna try to go in for that flash Q. Malzahar ults him, says no, you're not gonna do any more damage, and then Dawnbringer, that's what I'm talking about. That range onto the Darius, you don't want that. Picks himself a double kill. Yeah, that's gonna be that tower fall. There is no answer to stopping this.
This might be game.
It might possibly be game.
You have 3 inhibitors down. You have a minion wave pushing now in the top lane. You can go mid and get that pushing now if you want to. Baron is, however, expired, but you have 3 lanes pushing into the base right now.
Exactly. And you know what? Like, Caitlyn's siege damage is crazy. He's just going away, chipping away those towers. It's going to be both Nexus Tower falling, Vigor throwing in, like, his walls, seeing if he can do anything to stop this, but this Nexus is just slowly whittling away. There's nothing he can do. They're not on Dawnbringer. He's just going to be able to chip it away and end that. Oh, that's a 2-0 right there. And what the heck just happened there?
You just had that, like,
that was a
mini
double
glitch,
explosion.
right?
I saw that. That was a little weird.
What happened?
Dawnbringer, absolutely dominant in both games. I think my glitch was a little weird. I don't know.
That was a pretty cool ending to the game.
You know, in a positive light, I will say for L9 is they looked a lot more competitive in Game 2 than in Game 1. I liked them being proactive. I liked them, you know, pushing for these fights.
Yeah.
Didn't work out for them in the end, but we saw improvements from them. They didn't do the same mistakes. They didn't allow the enemy team to grab free towers. They didn't allow them to just push them around the map, but at the end of the day, it just seems like they were just way too strong. Dawn literally flashing forward on Caitlyn, taking out people. You know, Fire Kid even did his job too. Like, he died in the bottom lane with jumps, and he basically said, okay, it's fine. You and I both die, but my team is taking your base, so I'm okay with this.
Exactly. That is a trade that I would take 100% of the time. You know, stopping that Darius, from being able to stop that siege, getting that free inhib, and that just, again, started the snowball of the pressure into that base. On that, I think we should go ahead and pick some MVPs for this game. What do you think? What are the MVPs for either side? And I'll shoot in my opinion.
I definitely think that I would give it to Fire Kid because in my perspective, I think he did very well in the top lane in the first game. I expected that to go in Riven's favor a lot more, but he did show us a very good Shen. Dawn, I can definitely say was, you know, the MVP for Game 2, but I saw a lot of Morgana shields, you know?
Yep. No, yeah, definitely. Dawnbringer was, I think, personally an absolute monster in both of those games, but I do have to agree with you. Fire Kid just played all of his cards right. I think in about 90% of the situations, you know, showed, hey, you know what? Riven should be like a losing lane for me, but no, I'm gonna win that lane. And again, into the Maokai, like into a Darius. Had some plays that just, again, helped his team out. He was an absolute, like, beast in a lot of the things that he did. So I can agree with you on that one. All right. Well, on the side of L9, who do you think was the MVP over there?
I really did like Wreck myself. I think he played very well regardless of losing situation. And I think he played as well as he could have. Game 1, his lane had an advantage, and he still played it very safe. He did what he had to do. He did his job. Just pump out damage, see what you can do, poke. I would have definitely liked to see, you know, L9 get to use the Veigar to the full, you know, full force of what we know a Veigar can do, but it didn't end up happening. So
yeah, I don't know. I said for me, I'd have to say that Game 1 MVP definitely goes to Wrecked myself. And then Game 2 MVP, I'd have to say honestly goes to Jumps. You know, he definitely helped out a lot in some fights. You know, he was the only one that was able to manage to get some objectives onto his team's side. But yeah, I don't know. I think that was a good second game.
And with that, that wraps up the series.
And that's gonna be it for the cast today. So
yeah. All right. We'll see you guys next time.
We thank you guys for watching, and we hope to see you guys back here for Champions tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah. Alrighty. Thanks for watching, guys.